essential the matter. Don't just take what they tell you. It's not so much a mystery. Let us search out your history. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door, be open. Come on, open your mind because you're chosen.
Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to your YouTube channel, Searching Out the Matter. And the matter we're searching out in this video is, yes, a very, 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 very sad one. Hurricane Beryl is heading to Jamaica. Yes, and it coming with a lot of force on the wind. Hurricane Category 4, they call it. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. So our prayers goes out to our family and friends out there are out here in Jamaica, because as you know, I am also from Jamaica. Greetings, one and all. Hope everyone is safe thus far. So we have Sister Rachel S in the building already early as usual. Kimani, my brother from another mother, also my brother in the faith, and then we have our brother in the faith, Brother Gideon. As I tell you, he is our faithful brother in the faith of Yahusha Amashiach. Just want to welcome all to the live stream as we just be talking about the storm or the hurricane which has hit hurricane winds now, that is heading for our lovely island, and it is worrying. I am saying it is worrying. It is worrying for me because I mean it doesn't, yes, more sentimental because I am here in Jamaica, but to know that it is hitting the island directly. The last time we checked, we hear that it was turning away from the island, and that is good news for us. You know, Mrs. Webley in the building, of course. Amanda, thank you all for joining me on such short notice. I know Brother Emmanuel will be here shortly, so yeah, we're waiting for him as well. So let me just give you the last update for those who did not see the video that I did earlier. Let me see if I can give you the last update that I have on it. Let me move myself out of the way for a second. Yes. So this was the last update that I had received. Yeah. So it was saying that it was 5 a.m. at the time when this was updated. Let me know if you can see it clearly. I hope you can. I hope you can. Yeah. So those who know Jamaica well, we know these areas in the southern part of the island. As I spoken before about the gray area here, that is the outskirt, or the possible progress of the center of the hurricane. So what they can predict, the path that is taking, they have of course plus or minus to the left or to the right. So the center of it is not necessarily where the center is going to hit if they show you on the graphic here. So this gray area leave room for any correction that to be made. So the gray area can, with it in the southern part of Jamaica, can also be hit. Yeah, and we're talking about Kingston, Portmore, um, Portland Cottage, Lionel Town, Halley, or Maypen. They're down there in Maypen. Of course, Manchester, where I am from, as they can see here, the Knockpatrick area, Newport, Resource, Top Hill, Alligator Pond, the St. Elizabeth area, of course, as I see all of these places. Um, yeah, is going to be in big trouble if this hurricane hit with these forces of wind, even going down to the eastern side of the island as well, or should I say the western side of the island. These places, Westmoreland, Black River, St. Elizabeth, all these places are going to be hit as well. So with the category that hurricane is hot. I am feeling it for our lovely island, especially those who are going to be affected so much. You know, it's rough. It's rough. So our prayers goes out to them. You know, whether you're in Jamaica and you're safe, or you're out of Jamaica and you're safe, I'm just asking that you pray um for those who are going to be affected, right? But I am also going to show something that, as I talk about those who are going to be affected, um, some persons can be very prideful, right? But it's better to save your life than to be prideful. So, oh, I'm going to share this. Yes, it's better to save your life than to be prideful. Your life is more um, precious than pride. I mean, matter of fact, the Bible talk about the Bible, the pride is sin, right? So throw that away from you. If you have anybody watching, and if you have any loved ones in these parishes, um, there are shelters available. There are shelters available, and these are good shelters, because I'm just going to show a video here. I'm going to show a video here of a of what happened in another Caribbean island. Um, Let me make sure that it is showing. Yes, I'm going to show a video that happened in another Caribbean island. That, well, I'm just going to play a minute or so of it.
Everyone is taking shelter at this point. At least, right? 30 some people? 30 some people are calling this library home. You have elderly, babies, pregnant women, and they're doing the best they can. They're living like a family, as they say at this point. They're cooking communally, they're sharing resources, whatever they were able to salvage from their homes that are flattened at this point. Sadly, one woman lost her husband in the hurricane. One of at least two people that I can confirm lost their lives in the storm.
So this is where we was at first. And then the windows started to break, so we had to move from here and go to that bigger part. And by the time we went in there, the roof was going, so we had to fight my vehicle, which is over there. It was parked right there, and we had to hide behind the vehicle to fight to go to the kitchen. And then when the eye of the hurricane ceased, we tried to come out and end up here. And here we are right now.
We washing as you see.
As you can see, we washing, we doing
We
everything.
washing because them train are no close to where. So we have no food. Everything gone. We have
So all the supplies that were inside are
yeah.
gone?
Everything is gone.
Watch,
Everything is gone.
Everything.
Everything is gone.
No place to stay.
Right now, we're just trying to see what we could do to survive, be like a family here, because everybody needs to lean on everybody right now.
Yeah.
Now, the people here, especially in this part of Kirikou on the eastern side of the island, they have to survive the aftermath of the storm.
We're living like a family right now. We have to live like a family.
Yeah.
Even if you and that person is not talking, you have to live like a family still, because we have to live up for each other.
Crazy. As you can see, as the people can see the video, the whole of Carriacou is flat. It was a very, very terrible experience. Thank God that not much life. I think it's just one so far. And we need help. We really need help. Now is the time for help.
Do you have
Because-
anything left?
Nothing. Nobody have nothing left. No clothes, no food. It's a good thing we're camping in a little shop. Probably we like eat out what they have there for now. You know? All here got these beds. We spread things on the ground so we
Yeah.
can sleep.
Yeah.
You know, we make room there so we can sleep even. It's terrible. Terrible.
I mean, I don't know. These are moments that, make tears, you know, fill their eyes and all that. You can just imagine what those persons are going through. But just remember that yeah. Just remember that we're here together. We don't live in this world by ourselves. We need others, right? We need others. So I'm just saying that remember that we need to look out for our neighbors. Sister Amia, welcome, my sister. Hope you're good. Yeah, we need each other. We cannot live in this world by ourselves. We need each other. So I'm just saying, persons that are in Jamaica, remember your neighbor. Check on them. You know, even before the hurricane, even before the hurricane hit, check on them. Check if they're all right. Check, their mental state of mind. Many persons have not been through a hurricane before, especially little children. Some are anxious. Some want to see the hurricane. It might sound sad, but they have never been through it, and you can understand a little child, right? So I'm just asking everyone to just check on your neighbors, check on your family that is far away, far away from you. Give them a call. If the hurricane hits with those type of wind forces or force, that the electricity is going to go, right? Electricity is going to go, so you won't be able to talk to them. You won't be able to talk to them for a while. Yeah. So as I'm speaking now, the wind is picking up. The wind is picking up on the outside. Yeah. So tell you, man. Tell you, in these times, like, we need each other. We need each other. Let me, mhm. Yeah. And always, of course, always need each other. Brother Gideon, always need each other. Um, but these times just, shows how much we need each other. you know, as we're watching the video there earlier, they they all had food stuff and all of that, and some have lost their food and all that. So now they have to, bond together. No, they have to bond together to to survive. Who have water, who have little sugar, who have little rice, little oil. They have to bond together. What they would have saved when they were trying to get away from the storm. Yeah, yeah, man. Thank you, brother Gideon. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna drop the StreamYard link in the chat, so you can come on and share your 2 cents on the matter. You can come on and share your 2 cents on the matter. Feel Yeah, feel free to do so. Feel free to do so, indeed. Yeah. So this is what we're watching. Hurricane Beryl heading to Jamaica with a full force wind of a Category 4. It has slowed down to 22 miles per hour the last time we heard. Well, I'm not a meteorologist, but that's what I heard the last time I checked. And that doesn't say good for us, because the slower it goes over island, the more devastating it can be. So we don't want that. If in fact that is going to come over our island, we want to go as quick as possible. Yeah, over and done with. Over and done with. Indeed. Yeah. So someone just asked a question saying, before radio and all this technology, how people usually know hurricane are come. Anyone can answer that for me? Um, how they know hurricane is coming? I have something in mind. I just want to know if anyone here is thinking the way I'm thinking. Um, Before radio and all this technology, how people usually know a hurricane is coming. Anyone can answer that question? That's a fascinating question. All right, so we have Mrs. Webley here with us on the live stream and StreamYard. Mrs. Webley, you're here with us.
Shalom, are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you clearly. Let me know if everyone is hearing Mrs. Webley in the chat. Drop a one in the chat if you can hear Mrs. Webley. Mrs. Webley, go ahead and talk again for me, please. Thank you.
All right, greetings, family, greetings. Hope everyone is well. Been a long time.
Indeed. Let me know if you can hear Mrs. Webley. Mr. Rachel, can you hear Mrs. Webley? All right, Queenia is here. Hi, Queenia. It's been a long time, my sister.
Sister
Good
Queenie.
to yeah. Emmanuel is here. Hey, my
Hi.
bro. All right. Yeah, Brother Gideon is saying yes, he can hear you as well.
I
All
heard
right.
everyone.
Yeah, so Brother G. Brother G is also here. All right, so back to my question. Mrs. Webley, are you here to attempt the question?
Oh, so you'd have to repeat it.
All right, so the question is, before radio and all this technology, how people usually know hurricane is coming?
I would assume the behavior of the
All right,
animals
give me
and
a second. Give me a second. Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
all right.
Greetings, one and all. Greetings, one and all. Hope everybody's alright.
Greetings, bro G. Greetings.
Greetings, blessings.
How are you?
Um, I'm good. I'm good. Concerning, I'm good. I'm alright. I'm blessed. Give me
And your
thanks.
family here is all right too?
I would like to think so.
All
Okay. Oh,
right.
you haven't.
I don't know if you were answering the question, but you can start over for me.
Oh no, we're just catching up.
Okay, cool. That's good. Yeah, so the question, who is here to attempt the question? Brother G or Mrs. Webley? Who is here?
To be
But
honest,
I'm gonna
I don't even sure what the question is. I was actually not on.
All right, so the question is, Brother G, before radio and all this technology, right? All people usually know that a hurricane is coming. Because now we have all these meteorologists coming on board to say, oh, we have a hurricane coming tomorrow, and we are tracking it. Yeah. So various persons we know can make them necessary preparation, right? So back in the days, before all this technology, meteorologists as they call them, to track the hurricane and all of that. How did people know that hurricane was coming? You hear me clearly?
yes, heard you.
Really.
All right, go ahead. What's your 2 cents on the matter?
So I just glimpsed at what Brother Gideon was saying that people knew the seasons more back then. So they relied more. So for the season, they relied more on the location of stars and all of that, the formation of the clouds to know, oh, when it's going to rain or whatever. Not sure if it would direct them at a hurricane, but they would know when there is bad weather based on those things, the sea, how it's behaving and all of that, how the animals are behaving. So I would assume that they use what's around them to determine, oh, we're gonna have rain or whatever today.
Okay. A good attempt. Fair attempt. Brother G, what you saying? Brother G, you're muted.
Oh, alright. I'm not 100% certain, to be honest, However, what Sister Shamali said just now, it makes a whole lot of sense. Makes a whole lot of sense because the placements of the stars and they're aligned. Back in the days, persons certainly know the seasons more than how we m- more than how we know them today. They were more precise, or I don't know exactly. They weren't perfect, but they were better. So I can't say exactly how they would be able to tell me, as in, except for like clothes and stuff. But that's what we today use. That
That knowledge.
yeah, foul weather. You say the sky is dark. It's gonna rain, or it's supposed to rain, or it's gonna be overcast for the day. But in terms of in terms of a hurricane, I'm not certain. Maybe there's some strong wind in a particular area. Maybe I'm not I'm not certain what. I'm not certain what would be used. But it's
Okay.
certainly a
All
good
right.
question.
It is definitely a good question, my bro. We are preparing for a hurricane because they have told us that a hurricane is coming. They have shows us some visual images of a hurricane coming. I mean, that can be a scare tactics as well. But some of them, the hurricane does come when they say hurricane is coming, right? So give them um, the
Little
benefit of the
credibility.
doubt. Yeah, they are, well, some credibility. But yes, all we do, back in the days, all they know to prepare for a hurricane on this day, on this hour, it is coming. How did they know? There's a Bible verse that is there, I don't know, but I'm trying to equate it to the time now. He said to the Pharisees, I think Yahusha said to the Pharisees, I think when they see the skies is red, they know that there's a storm is coming. Anyone can find that verse for me? I'm just um thinking out loud. I don't remember the exact scripture, but I think Yahusha said something like that to the Pharisees.
I believe it's the one that he said, "I'm afraid of you."
I don't remember word for word on
Okay,
all the word from the passages, or the passage, I just know that
understood.
he said to them that, you know, how can you, like him, I said, how can you not know the signs? If you can read the signs of the earth, that when you see the sky is ready, know that a storm is coming. When you see, like I said, when you see the mango leaf, them drop off or whatever, say autumn or wherever. So like, yeah, something of that sort. But I'm sure
Okay.
someone will find it for me.
I know Sister Rachel getting on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you should always do that.
No, someone is at it for real.
All right, so we just hear that electricity have gone out in some part of the island. In the western, no, the southern part of Manchester, light electricity have went out. Yes. Oh, can't hear me. Anyway, yeah, Sister Rachel, could you find a scripture for us? Oh my, somebody said, "Don't tell them." Oh, do you? Someone is texting in a group, He said, "Oh, do you know when that a storm is coming?" Someone text and said, "Don't tell them." Oh my.
Oh boy.
Ah man. Sister Rachel, do you want to give this question a try? But again, the people know the season back in the day. Yes, they know that it's hurricane season. That is all well and good. So, all right, let me go from Brother Gideon perspective and put some thought to it. Okay, so the fact that they know it is hurricane season, right, Brother Gideon? So, are you saying that they would just prepare right through that hurricane season, you know? But prepare how or to what extent? Because
Mhm.
now in this hurricane season, for yesterday and today, there have been some major precautions. So it couldn't be back in the day. They have for if the hurricane season is for 2 months, it means that they're taking major precautions for the 2 months, right? So we are trying to get a bit more specific. We're trying to get a bit more specific in saying what do they do when they know that the storm or the hurricane is close. What do they do? Oh, or not what do they do? How do they know that the storm and the hurricane is close? Somebody help me.
So I'm assuming, so you're saying you're referring to um before Sat
Technology.
oh not before
before
they had
visual.
the planes or meteorologists in
Yeah,
general. Yep. Mm,
that's a tough one, eh?
yeah. Because surely enough, they knew and prepared, or else everybody would have died. Because they would just be open about as normal. But all right,
Okay.
let's look at how they prepare for the unpredictable things then. Like for example, an an earthquake then, which can be followed by a tsunami. There are certain signs to show that a tsunami is going to come. The sea recedes and everybody knows that okay, a tsunami will come. So they prepare in that moment. So I don't think they prepared way ahead of time, but they would
Mm-hmm.
be taking minor precautions because, okay, we know that in this time we might get a hurricane. So they would have minor preparations then. But I guess
Okay.
it would already be close upon them for them to realize, all right, I think we need to shelter in place now because the seas are getting rougher and the animals are, in hiding or whatever.
Yeah. I remember I spotted Brother Kimani. Brother Kimani said, and yeah, I didn't mention it yet because I just want to
Oh,
hear. Yeah, Brother Kimani did say ants. He did say he
I
just
was
wrote
looking
ants
at
because
what you're referring to.
yeah, he did say ants. They watch the ants, and of course that you know while they have this all this technology and all this meteorology and this plane and all that,
Hmm.
the simplicity of knowledge is so mind blowing. Like you don't really need a plane or meteorologist or whatever those fancy things are. Like you don't really need. If you have knowledge, you can look at the sky, you can look at the ants, you can look at the animals, and you guys said it well. I mean, everybody putting their 2 cents together, and we getting the whole thing. Brother Gideon did say, the season, and if you know the season, you know the behaviors of the animals. You guys are all right. I'm not saying that I am the one to say, okay, you're right and you're wrong. That's what I'm saying. But just thinking intellectually now, we're saying this must have been the way that they did it, since they didn't have visual technology. Right. So of course they know the season, Brother Gideon said. Brother Kimana is saying they watch the ants. Okay. Mrs. Webley is saying, okay, they watch the animals, they prepare, not being specific in in preparing, but they did prepare somewhat because guess what? The storm is not just gonna just hit. It will gradually, if that makes sense. So of course, okay, we know a storm is coming. So therefore, we are prepared to this extent. So therefore, when we feel it coming, when you see the winds changing, when we see the ants moving, when you see the birds flying south or west or east or wherever they fly to, when a storm is coming, then we know, okay, it is here. So let's take the necessary precautions. So listen, man, I love this community. Sister Amia say, were there storms like this so far back? Hmm. As I said, when we were on the call earlier, sometimes you don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist every single time they talk about an issue. But we know that the weather can be modified. That's a fact. We know that the weather can be modified, manipulated, messed with, play with, whatever word you want to use, right? So you look on these hurricanes. Remember Hurricane Katrina, that totally demolish one side of America couple of years back, or more than a couple of years back, but probably about 10 years back. Not true. We know that that was not all all natural. So we know that. You get me? So look on those type of hurricanes. Are we saying that it was all like this since the beginning of time, or they use what the most I have already made to enhance it and manipulate it to cause damage or more damage on people. So that was a good question, Sister Amia. Brother G, what do you think about that?
I was only going to put in my point that you are 100% certain regarding the weather manipulation because they do it. We may not. It's just that we may not be fully aware of it, but they do it. Some of the times they do it and show it to us, explaining that this is how they get a reading or this is how they get a that, but it's how they manipulate the weather to get it in the way they have it. So they always tend to do what they are doing and show us that they are doing it, and then but they put it in a way for us to accept it. So you're very much on point that the weather can be manipulated and they do manipulate the weather. So it's a fair question that sister asked if they if there were hurricanes or storms like these back in the days, because we know they can worsen. Matter of fact, they can create, they can cause one to start, and they can direct it in whichever way they want, and whatever way. But we have watched videos with them directing a, a particular strike at a particular house or a particular parking lot or a particular area, and their explanation is that while wildfire came and destroyed that particular house or that particular area, but yet still the particular house or the particular area is in the middle of a town or so. So how is it that the wildfire reach in the middle of the town and destroy that particular thing and not coming from anywhere else? So you're very much on point, very much on key. That
Yeah, I remember.
can be
Sorry to
manipulated.
just chime in now, Brother G, but I just want to give reference to what you're talking about, so we all not laugh. Just last year August, there was a um there was a storm in Hawaii. Yes, there was a storm in Hawaii where some very shady stuff happened while the storm came. They're talking about stuff being burnt. No, it was a storm. Was it a storm? Yeah, I think it was a storm. But
No, it wasn't a storm. It was
it
just
was a
wildfire season.
Wildfire.
yeah, it was just wild. Yes, it was just wildfire, and a lot of shady stuff happened. A lot of shady stuff happened. So I'm just want to just bring some reference to what you're saying. But before I let sister Mrs. Webley go, I just want to shout out my little family, Tajay, Leon, Wisdom, the man with the knowledge. Hey, cuz, hope you're good. Hope you're well. Say hi to Auntie and my other cousin over there with you. I heard that you're over there with Auntie. Hope you guys are well. Well, you're well, and we're anticipating a storm. Anyway, yeah, Mrs. Webley, sorry about that. You can go ahead now.
All right, so what I really wanted to add was that before their so-called hurricane season from June to November started, they were prepping us. They were saying they're expecting it to be a very active season and horse dead and cow fat. And no, this is the second name storm on their list, their predetermined list, by the way, and they're saying it's a record breaking storm because never in history before has there been an hurricane of this magnitude so early in the season, you know. So they have been Jedi mind tricking us from the beginning to know that hey, it's gonna be an active season, you know, so watch out while they're cooking stuff behind the scenes.
Indeed, indeed. No pun intended in cooking us, but that's exactly what they're doing with their thing that they have created, right? Brother Emmanuel, yeah, I need to hear your 2 cents as well. Sister Amia is saying that they did it in Dubai. I think she's referring to the manipulation of the weather. Yeah,
Yeah,
they did.
they did they caused, like, for example, they caused 1 month of rain to fall in 1 day in Dubai because they were doing their testing of weather modification with the clouds. And remember, Dubai is a very dry area, so they're
Mm.
saying they wanted to help the people, so they were, trying to make it rain. But yeah, we know how that turned out.
And
A whole lot
just to add to
of
what you're saying, I like to bring context to everything so a person can understand it clearly that we're not just talking because we want to sound like conspiracy theorists or want to sound bright or anything. But they do admit that they can manipulate the weather. I think Brother Gideon has post harp, yeah, for harp for instance. Yeah, they do admit that they can manipulate the weather. Like it's not even a theory. It's not a theory, but a fact that they can manipulate it. They admit that they can, right? So therefore, when we come here, we talk about weather manipulation. I don't want a person to come on and then say, click off and say we are crazy people. No, it's what they have admitted. It's just that it's not public knowledge because it's not spoken of. It's not spoken of regularly, if that makes sense. But they do admit that they can manipulate the weather. They do say, of course, in Dubai, as Mrs. Webley is talking about, that they say this place is too dry. We want to help them out, so we're gonna see the cloud. We're gonna do what we need to do, you know, and then we're gonna cause some rain to fall. You get me? So they did admit that they can do these type of thing. Energy beams weapon, as we were referring to, why, yeah, geomagnetic manipulation and all that and as Sister Queenie, she said it right. Order out of chaos, create the problem, run to them for solution. And remember what that term is: Igili dialect, problem, reaction, solution. Right. So it's good that we have an idea. Cloud seeding, yes. It's good that we have an idea what they can and cannot do, you know. So in times that we don't run to them for help because that's what they want. And that's the reason why I said be safe, you know, be safe, prepare as best as you can. And never forget to ask the Most High to keep you. Because you can prepare so much and so more. But without the help of the Most High, you will fall. Definitely, you will fall. Just want you to know that. So those who are here in Jamaica, and even those who are not here in Jamaica, this is just a general, instruction that whatever you're preparing for, whatever you're trying to be, as careful as you are, you can only be so careful and more, right? But without the help of the Most High, that you will still fall. You know,
Okay.
the man that work his whole entire life and save up all his money, to say, okay, I'm going to be rich. The next day he died. so, so without the Most High prolonging his life, what you think you can do by your own power means nothing. Not true. Means nothing at all. Means nothing at all. Brother Emmanuel, my brother from another mother, my brother in the faith, been a long time. I know you always keep checking up on me, and I really appreciate that. Want to say that out loud. Hey, my bro, come on and give your 2 cents. What you saying?
Sorry, bro. Before Brother Emmanuel goes, I just wanted to backtrack a bit and add that for those who are skeptical, they can always Google the several patents that they have out there for their weather modification devices and all of that. So that document is public knowledge, but you just have to know where to search.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, brother Emmanuel, you can go now, my bro. Brother Emmanuel, we're not hearing you if you're speaking. Um, Brother Emmanuel seem to having some audio issues. Um, are you speaking silently? Or probably Brother G, probably Emmanuel is doing some hand sign, you know.
Oh boy. No, brother,
Yeah,
no, brother Emmanuel, like that, brother.
Brother Emmanuel, if you're doing some hand sign, some hand signals, I can't see you. you know. Speak audibly. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, we're here, my friends. We're here checking on our yeah, we're here checking on the storm. Hurricane Beryl. We're just tracking it. We're just tracking it to see where it's at. And of course um encouraging persons to be safe in these time be safe in these times. They say it was a category 4. That was from 8 a.m. We got that advisory from 8 a.m. The wind was 145 miles per hour, moving west northwest at 20 knots. Well, I don't understand this pressure thing, but 952 MB. I don't know what that means. Yeah, so it's pretty close. I heard that electricity is out in Nat Patrick. I don't know if because of the wind. The wind is picking up a bit. Yeah, I did a video earlier showing the wind speed. Well, not the wind speed. I can't calculate that, but the force of the wind, the force of the wind here in Mandeville, Manchester. This is in the center of the town. So Nat Patrick is on the southern side. Brother Emmanuel. Okay, good. Nat Patrick is on the southern side, so it seems like we are getting some strong wind. Seems like we're getting some strong wind on the southern side, as I showed. As I showed, let me see if I'm sharing this. Let me share this first. Yes, good. You share it.
Oh, MB
So as I
means millibars.
go ahead, Mr. W.
No, I was just backing up what you were reading. You said MB, so I'm saying it means millibars, the unit that they measure the pressure in.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That helps so much. I know what millibars mean. But okay, as we as we proceed, so I just got a text from one of my friends. He said that in Nat Patrick, the southern side of Mandeville, as you're seeing on the screen here, there's no electricity because the wind has picked up over there. So so it is what I'm surmising is that the hurricane is now passing Jamaica and is not hitting Jamaica dead center, or even the center of it is not, because he's not saying he didn't say that he's getting rain or anything. It seems like we're just getting wind from it. Let's hope that is the case. I am no meteorologist. I'm not saying this is a fact, but the information I'm getting is that there's no electricity down there in Nat Patrick, in the southern side of the of Mandeville, or southern side of Manchester, I should say, because the wind is picking up. Um, Wind is picking up over there, right? There you have it. So the Newport area, the Alligator Pond area, the Top Hill, Spur Tree, if you're that side of the island, Oprel, right? So I hope that helps. We do what we can. All right, brother Emmanuel, how you doing, my bro? Your audio is still not audioing. Your audio still not okay. All right, so I mute it and unmute it. So go ahead and speak to see if that helps. I don't know why that would have helped, but I'm just, trying. Mm-hmm. Um, sister, sister Amia, um, did you feel get any of the effects of this hurricane that is passing through the Caribbean? Like, let us know. Let us know if you feel any effects of it. And sister Queenie, are you getting any breeze where you are down there in Montego Bay? Are you getting any breeze where you are? I know you're not getting any rain. I probably can show off that.
All right, just to chime in a bit, just to give some hurricane tips for hurricane tips. For your
Mm.
important documents, you ensure that you put them in a waterproof or a plastic bag and have it in a place where if you need to run, you can grab it and go. And of course, have cash because even yesterday I was looking at a news report that 32 Jamaica National Bank ATM machines are out of service in several parishes. So you wouldn't be able to use those machines if you needed cash. So that's another thing that's happening.
All right, we're gonna need that information again, right, Mrs. Webley? So I'm gonna need that information again. So go again for me, please, with that information. That was very important. Go again.
So to start from top, I'm just reminding persons in Jamaica and in the other Caribbean islands where Beryl will hit in the other countries that you can protect your important documents. As I know in Jamaica it's very tedious to get back some of these documents, so to protect them you can put them in waterproof bags or containers or plastic bags and put it in another bag where if you have to leave in a hurry you can just grab that bag and go. And also I'm saying that ensure you have cash on you because up to yesterday in Jamaica, 32 Jamaica National Bank ATM machines are out of service due to some infrastructure. They actually said the company that the digital company that runs it, they shut it down to protect the system because of the impending hurricane. So you can see where you will suffer from that if you use um, JNCB banks. You won't be able to get your money out of the bank if that is the case. So you need to have cash on hand. So if you have to go to um other means to get the cash, you have to do so before other banks join in to say, oh, we're shutting down our systems as well because of the hurricane and all of that.
So what about how do they what how should I ask this? In terms of
So,
safe drinking water, do you have any idea how they would go about preserving water and all of that?
well, of course, not everybody has the money can buy bottled water. So it's best if you try to store the water before the rain and all of that starts. But in the event that it's during you realize, oh, you don't have sufficient water, you can always catch the rainwater and boil it, or you can add bleach or chlorine to it.
Okay, okay. Okay. Anything else? Anything else you want to add? Because I don't think you can tell anybody to buy anything now because I think all stores are closed.
Those
All
for the most part, some of them are closed. You know,
I
some corner shops might still be open,
Okay. Okay. Really
but of
appreciate.
course,
Really appreciate that. Go
yeah.
again.
No, I was saying, but of course, hospitals are still open 24/7. It's just the health centers that are closed.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Reggie, you wanted to say something just now?
I was just going to say that the country is on, I believe, a curfew, or it probably hasn't begun as yet. So I don't think anywhere would be open, seeing that the curfew is out. Because if they have a curfew out, I mean, who go and shop? Just saying.
Yes, no, you're correct. 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. today, there is a curfew, and also the 7 day that we have been declared a disaster zone by the Prime Minister under some constitutional act that I can't remember that right now. So yes, you are correct. So the major businesses they will be closed, but we know that corner shops and all of that they don't really respond to these curfew things. So I'm saying maybe some of those will still be open.
All right. We we love those information. But we had to ask Sister Amia. Um we had asked Sister Amia about if she got any of the wind or rain from the hurricane that is affecting our Caribbean. And she said it got pretty windy and we got some showers. We have sun, but not blue skies. Okay, cool. We're expecting rain on and off. Cool, cool, cool. Brother Emmanuel was saying that corner shop may be open with heightening prices.
Most
Expected, you know.
definitely. Yeah, most
Yeah, yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Even though
So,
they did. Oh, sorry. Can I go ahead?
yeah, man, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying that's true what Brother Emmanuel is saying, but I'm just adding that the Prime Minister in a briefing last night did mentioned they were gonna somewhat do something about that. Like they say they're proclaiming that no retailer slash wholesaler should be price gouging, meaning they shouldn't be hiking up the prices for items. But I saw with my two eyes yesterday, coming from a graduation where a person bought candles from from the supermarket and they were reselling them on the streets for $250 for 8 candles. So it already begun before he even said anything, and he can't stop it.
Not at all, not at all. We know how persons are when they are out to make a profit. Small businesses always try to hike up the prices to make them more profit. So we understand that part. Brother Emmanuel, are you here? I don't know what's going on with Brother Emmanuel Mike, bro. Don't know what's going on, yeah? We need to fix it, my bro. We need to fix it, yeah? All right. So we just, as Sister Webley was talking about what the Prime Minister says, I say I can go ahead and read some of it, right? All right, so this is our prime minister, and they say this is a full story. Wow, okay. So it goes. Prime Minister, the most honorable Andrew Holness, has declared Jamaica a disaster area for the next 7 days as Hurricane Beryl approaches the island. He made the announcement during a national broadcast on Tuesday evening, which is yesterday, July 2nd. After careful review of the trajectory of the storm, the likely strength and impact, the potential threats,
So from it seems as if I'm not sure if anybody is hearing me, but the internet went out. I'm currently on data. Let me know if you're hearing me in the comments. I think brother searching out the matter has lost internet.
Oh, well, I am hearing you. I know that. I am hearing.
Yeah. Some Augusta wind just passed a while ago and then there went the internet.
Oh,
Rain a fall outside, don't bother open the door.
And here comes the rain now. I see drizzling. I'm looking right out the window. Breeze and then the rain is drizzling. And I noticed that the sky was getting very, well, darker. Because it was a bit bright to begin with, but now we have some drizzling of rain.
is anyone else hearing?
Yes, I see Sister Rachel is saying, we hear you, sis. And Brother Gideon dropped a one.
Okay.
Greetings, Anthony Grant, hearing you now, but you went briefly. Sister Amia is saying, yes, she's hearing. So
Okay.
I'm not sure when Brother Searching Out the Matter is gonna get back online, because I believe
Certainly
he's
not
using
the
a
internet.
laptop. So yeah, I'm using a cell phone. So when I realized the internet went, I turned on my data.
Okay.
So my
Why is
battery
that
is at
here?
5% now. We still have electricity.
You're not in the confirmation code. Internet. You're not, the confirmation, they normally say no confirmation says street.
As I said, the rain. Wait, give me a minute.
Well, brothers and sisters, while our host or brother um works his way back, I do hope that we pay keen attention to the information that he's giving us, because he's sharing as a brother, as we ought to do. Each of us ought to do to each other. So,
Alright,
the
so I
information
got
is
an
very good.
update searching out the matter. He said that the light, like it chipped, went in and out, so the modem chipped out, so it's loading to come back up now. But on my side, or my neck of the woods now in Manchester, I believe that Beryl has reached, because
Okay.
we're having a lot of winds now. Wind is definitely picking up, and then the rain drops. So I believe it has begun, my friends.
Yep. I believe we can say it has begun.
Yeah, we got some amount of rain in after 3 this morning. Like I woke up and I heard it. I didn't go to bed until maybe like 2-1. Not sure why, because I was just trying to keep up to date with what's happening, if it's gonna shift or not. Checking up on my coworkers because we're not going to work today. You know, we work in a medical um field, but our services wouldn't be required because we only do surgeries that aren't, well, for the most part, not an emergency, but yeah, we do offer emergency surgeries. But Elohim help those persons who will actually need those, because they will not be able to get those services due to the situation at hand.
Our sister showing us love in all direction there. How we ought to be.
Hmm.
It's well, it's
So
good that
Anthony Grant,
you can
Anthony
continue.
Grant, oh, Shalom, Anthony Grant. I hope you are subscribed to the channel. Are you a Jamaican Anthony Grant, or are you from another Caribbean island, or from the US or Asia? Which country are you from? You can drop it in the comments, you'll be able to see it. But as mentioned before, all health clinics and centers are closed because people being able to secure their medication so that they can shelter in their homes, or they are pregnant. If of a pregnant woman, hopefully if they're near their due date, they made an advisor that they should go stay with a friend or a relative, or try finding an area close to a hospital or going to the hospital, just in case. Because you know these times are stressful, so you can actually give birth prematurely, meaning before your due date. So it's best if you are very close to the hospital or at the hospital. So Anthony Grant says Jamaican born and bred. All right, blessings, bro. I see where my Wi-Fi is back. That's a
Anybody
good
hearing me?
sign.
You can hear me, Mr. Webley? You
Yes.
hearing me?
Yes, you're hearing you.
Yeah. So, good, good. So you know
Yeah,
that
clearly.
I'm in Mandeville, Manchester, which is also the southern part of Jamaica, where we're getting a lot of wind, and once the wind that gets all of those electricity wires, a lot of things are going on, light is flickering, and all of that. But I'm here. I'm back for now. So, so of course, I heard Mrs. Webley big up Anthony Grant just now, so I'll do the same. Welcome, Anthony Grant. And as you say that in East and Andrew, you're getting a breeze, light rain and breeze. Yes. Um, if I could just bring that thing back up for a second, give me a second. Let me bring it back up. Yeah. as you can see here, it is saying that yeah, Kingston and St. John's is right here, so you would get a lot of breeze. You get a lot of breeze and light rain for now. I think small it up that you see the area where you get a lot of breeze and effect from the storm as it passes by. As I say, hopefully it doesn't hit us directly. You know, let's hope not. Let's hope we just continue to get breeze and light rains and it pass and die out as it, because even though we don't want it to hit Jamaica, we still don't want it to hit these areas over here, right? We don't want it to hit Guatemala nor Belize. We certainly don't want it to go over in Mexico. We don't want that any at all. We want it to die out before it reach those areas. You know, we're not only here for our own countrymen, but we're here for the people of the world, because the most I love the entire world, don't it? All right.
Well said.
Yeah, Mrs. Webley, you were saying, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you, not at all. We would rather this to die out, right? Even before it reaches here, but probably too late for that, but at least die out and weaken significantly before it reaches anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Brother
Yeah,
Gideon was saying, sure to video what you can.
yeah, yeah. I will do so in a bit, as we're having the same thing. So Anthony Grant and I having the same thing. You know, we're having light rains. We're having light rains and some wind. The wind is on and off. It's got a lot of forces at one point, and then it comes back down. So yeah, yeah, brother G still here.
Yes, I'm still here, my brother. I'm still here. When I was going to say something at a few points, you were going to say something as well, so I just, kept quiet.
Oh, that's fine, man. You can go ahead and give it 2 cents.
Really and truly, I can only just agree to all of what was being said. Um, there were points where only when I was thinking that this information is very very valid, and persons here should really hold on to it because it's very valuable information, and be close to each other as well, because you were saying in the beginning that this is a time we need to draw close, I guess, maybe not instant words, but help each other and be close
One
to each other.
minute, I'm just gonna jump off a bit and get some footage and check
Okay.
in on a few people.
All right. Good.
Yes, I was simply saying that this information is very very valuable, and it's really really good, because this is also pointing out love. This is also pointing out love, and
Yeah.
it's not
Love for
just
yourself
for
and love for the Most High and love for others, right?
exactly. So it's
Exactly.
love in general. Love in general. There's not just love for a fellow neighbor or a fellow um, family member or so, but it's love in general. So all of this is good. All of this is beneficial. All glory to the Most High. It's all good.
Indeed, my bro. Indeed. So, I briefly touch on. I had briefly touch on the. Let me see if I can share it first before I say anything. Let me go. Oh, I have to go back on screen share. Give me a sec. A brief touch on the shelters that are available, and I just want to go back to it because it's very important. If indeed that we get any stronger winds or more or heavy rainfall. Yeah, so I'm just because I've just briefly touched on it. I just want to go back on it for a second, brother G. Give me a sec.
No
All
problem.
right, so here we have in the parish of St. Thomas. We have Helios Valley Primary School here Castle, Barking Lodge, Bath Primary School, Bethesda. Um, I know Bath Primary School. I've been there. Anyway, um, Botany Bay Community Center, Cedar Valley Primary and Junior High, Dalvey Primary School, Duckingfield Primary School, Hithington Primary School, Front Hill Primary School, Grandfen, 11 Miles Community Center, Hayfield All Age, Jamaica Bible Church, Mount Vernon Primary School, Middletown Primary School, Hillside Primary School, Johnson Mountain All Age School, Johnson Town Primary School. So there you have it. Those are just 20 shelters already that the ODPEM has put out for those who are in need. Please don't be prideful. Go and be safe. All right. As I played a video earlier of those who were in, they were actually in shelters, but the shelters weren't as sturdy as they thought. They have to run to another shelter that is more sturdy. And I'm sure that these primary schools are built out of concrete, right? Yeah, I'm sure. Um, yeah. So if you have family members, let them know in St. Thomas. Let them know of these shelters, or let someone else know that is in need. You have a lot more. If I'm going too fast, let me know. So there's 43 in total in St. Thomas. Just gonna read out a few in St. Catherine. We have Bonnet Primary School, Born Again Mystic Deliverance Ministry, Browns All Primary School, Cedar Valley Primary School, St. Village Multipurpose, Charlie Mount High School, Crescent Primary, Eltham Park, Ensom City, Yorton, GC Foster College, Spanish Town Primary. I used to live near Spanish Town Primary, Orangefield Community Center, Polygon Primary School, Guys Hill, Mount Nebo, Seedfield, Redwood, March Street, Sergeantville, Linstead Primary School, Victoria, Glengoff, Cassava River Primary School, Wakefield, Ludathville, or Ludathville, Top Hill, Ty Dixon, Bartons, Old Arbor Primary School. Yes, I used to live there as well. I used to live a lot of places. Um, Old Arbor Primary School, Watermount, Tatius Golden Primary School. My sister used to went there, and my sisters go to Old Arbor Primary School as well. Yes, let's run through a few. I'm looking to see if I see my school there. Um, I'm looking to see if I see my school, my old high school there. No, or my primary school. No, I haven't seen it. But that is 68 places, 68 shelters in St. Catherine alone. So no one should have any excuse to be trapped in this storm without any help of good shelter. All right. All right, so move on to Portmore. We have Ascot, we have Art College of Construction Services, we have Nuggerhead, we have Portsmouth, we have Gregory Park, we have Southborough, we have Kensington, Elsha, Bridgeport, Clifton, Brayton, Waterford, Belmont Park Primary, Cumberland High, Independence City, Glad Tidings, Halman Hill, Halman Town, Augustown, Balcombe, yeah, Drive, Balmagee, Brandon Hill, Cavaliers, Charlie Smith, Shetola, Clancarty High, Clancarty Primary School, Church of Firstborn. I'm just going to read us these 15 of them. Cockburn Gardens, Canton Spring, Constitution Hill. So there we have it in Kingston and St. Andrew, where the shelters are located. All right. Don't be afraid if you need help to go to these shelters. All right. Go to these shelters if you need help. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them in Kingston and St. Andrew. A whole lot of them. 95 in total. And we know that Kingston and St. Andrew is very populated, even though um the parish is very small. The parishes are very small. And here we have St. Mary, we have Castleton, Devon Penn, Scott Hall, Rock River, Enfield Primary, Long Road Primary and Junior High School, Baxter Mountain, Mount Mount Joseph. I thought it was Mount St. Joseph. We have a school like that in Mandeville. And some all age, Anata Bay, New Martin Infant, Hillside, Horace Clark, um, Highgate, St. Mary High, Zion Hill, Belfield Primary, Bramley Primary. And here we have those that are in St. Mary. All right. So if you have any family or friend in St. Mary, we have 53 shelters in total in St. Mary. So moving on, just to name a few in St. Anne, but not in St. Anne, in Gallimore. We have Inverness Primary, Charlton, Bethany, Bucker, Elston, Clydesdale, Bamboo, Littlefield, Newfine, Philadelphia College, Breadnut, Parrytown, Beechertown, Hepworth, Benthonton, Fort George's, McKinney, yes, McKinney College, Concord, York Castle, Alderton, Alderton Primary and Alderton Community Center, Clarksonville, Bohemia, Cascade, Mount Moriah, Addiston Complex, Brownstone High, York Castle, Muir House, Boxton Primary and Junior High. All right, just to name a few, just to name a few, just to name a few, just to name a few. All right, so there's 84 shelters in St. Anne. I'll get back to the shelters in a bit. Yes, this is what you're saying.
No, I was just checking the mic.
Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, so there we have it. Some shelters there for you. We get back to the discussion as we just mentioned a few more shelters to let persons know that there are help out there. If you need any help, you don't have to stay in an unsafe place and suffer. We wouldn't want that, whether we know you or not, because we love everyone. All right, in Portland we have Havocot, Ballycastle, Bellevue or Bellevue, Burnhamwood, yeah, Bloomfield, Boston, Buff Bay, both Buff Bay Primary and Buff Bay I, Bybrook, Cascade, Charleston,
Can stick a pin
Shepstone.
for a minute?
Go ahead.
For Brother Emmanuel, I think I've discovered what the problem was with the audio because it happened to me just now. You have to allow the StreamYard to access your microphone. So that's how
Oh,
we were. Yeah. So I had to do that for you to be able to hear me.
okay. Okay, cool. All right, let me just read a few. I won't go through all of them. Comfort Castle in Portland, Cooper's Hill, Draper's All Age, Fairfield Primary, Fairfield Prospect Primary, Fruitful Vale, Happy Grove High, and Oak Bay. And those are in Portland. And we have more in Portland, more and more and more in Portland, 45 in total. You see how many shelters are there for you. All right. In Clarendon, we have Anon Town, Halley Primary, Anderston Town, Hawthorne, Halston, Ashley, Beulah, Brayhead, Brandon Hill, Brixton Hill, Buckner, Bustamante High, Canaanites, all right, Central High, Chancellor Primary and Junior High School, Chapelton Primary, Chapelton Drop-In Center, Claude McKay High, Coffee Peace All Age, Collington Primary. So there we have it. A whole lot more in Clarendon. A whole lot more in Clarendon. If you have families and friends in Clarendon, please let them know that there are shelters out there for them. All right. If you can't reach them, if they are far away from you and you can't reach them, just let them know they can be safe in these areas. All right. Just going through, going through, going through. And there is 94 shelters in provided for them in Clarendon. All right, here in the lovely parish of Manchester, we have Manchester High School, the Cartier College, Mandeville Primary, Villa Road Primary, Somerset Primary, Kendall Primary, Homewood Technical, Freetown, Colleyville, Colleyville SDA Church, Prospect Primary, Plowden Primary, Royal Flat Basic School, New Forest Infant, Mile Gully Primary, Waterloo, Coley Mountain, Comfort Hall, Frankfield, Craighead, Medina, Porous High, Porous Infant, Porous Primary, Ramble Primary. Where's that? Oh, Porous. Okay. St. Jago Primary. Where's that? Armsman. Oh, I didn't know that you have a St. Jago Primary in Manchester. All right. All England, Mayday, West Indies College Preparatory, Belfield, Bethabara, Huntley Primary, Grace Apostolic Fairfield SDA Fairfield Primary, Atfield Primary, Chantilly Primary, Richmond Primary, Greenvale Community Center. And there you have it, just to name a few um, shelters in Manchester. All right, feel free to go and secure yourself. 66 shelters in Manchester in total. St. Elizabeth, we have Bogue Primary, Quickstep, AA School, Goshen, Rosie Valley, Balaclava, Roger Clark, Knoxwood Wood, Slipe Leith Primary and Infant, Black River I, Black River Primary, Crawford Primary and Infant School, Fuller's Wood, Newtown Community Center, Mount Osborne All Age, Brace River Primary, Brace River Community Center, Brace River Basic School, Lee's Primary. So you see these schools are well, the power that should not be or should be is making these places available for you as shelters, right? So it's not like you have to be crowded up in one place and be all uncomfortable. I'm not saying that you're going to be comfortable outside your own home, but it's better to be uncomfortable and safe rather to be comfortable and not safe, if that makes sense. Pepper Primary and Infant, Buena Vista, Brompton Primary, Brompton Basic School, Five Spen Primary, Middle Quarters, All Age, Magati I. There you have it again. There you have it again. A lot of places in St. Elizabeth that you can go and shelter, right? Let's see how much places in St. Elizabeth is 87 in total. All right, and here we have Trelawney, William Nib, Perthstown, Holland I, Bounty Hall, Granville Primary, Salt Marsh Primary, Walden, Shia or Shah, Daniel Town, Hague Primary, Trelawney, Multi-Purpose Stadium, yeah, Stonebrook, Vista Community Center, Florence Hall, Village Community Center, Dawkins All Age, Reabuna Primary, Refuge Primary, Carey Park Basic, Wakefield Primary, Hastings Primary, and there you have it in Trelawney. Again, many shelters are available to you, 42 in total. And so Westmoreland now, we have Ashton All Age, Barneyside, Beaufort Primary, Belton Academy, Betheltown Community Center, Blaweary Primary, Broughton Primary, Carn, Kiran All Age, Caledonia All Age, Carmel Primary, Chantilly, Cokesview, Content, Cornwall Mountain All Age, and Dundee All Age, just to name a few in Westmoreland. There you have it. Again, a lot of shelters out there provided for you by the ODPEM. 64 shelters in total in the parish of Westmoreland. Then you have we coming up to St. James, we have Adelphi, Albion, Barracks, Barretttown, Cornwall College, St. James High, Montego Bay High, yes. Bickersteth Primary and Infant, Buckingham Primary, Cambridge High, Cambridge Primary, Catherine Hall Primary, Chatsworth Primary, Corinaldi Avenue Primary, Orange Hill Primary, Mucho Basic School and Community Center, Mount Horeb Primary, Mount Salem SDA Church, Orange SDA Church, Riverside Open Bible Church, Roehampton Apostolic was on the SBA, one was Apostolic, Anchovy I, John Rollins Primary, Triumphant Basic, Euphemia, Lawrence Basic, formerly Sterling Basic, Roadside Full Gospel, Roehampton Primary, Roman Catholic Church Hall, Buckingham Hall in St. James, and there you have it. A lot more places in St. James. Just to take a break from that for a sec and get back. Let's see what we're saying in the live chat. Yeah. So anyone, this is Webley, have you get any more update on where the hurricane is? The winds have died down, the rain not really subsided, but it's on breezy, cool breezy, not heavy wind. Not heavy wind at all.
Not at this moment. I left momentarily to check up on a neighbor to ensure that she reaches her safe place safely. So yeah,
Okay,
that's what I
cool.
was doing. They sent in the group though that CVM is asking persons to send in voice notes or video footage of what they're experiencing in their neck of the woods though.
Okay. All right. So remember that what we said earlier, the Prime Minister said the curfew is to ensure the safety of everyone during the passage of the storm and prevent any movement with the intent to carry out criminal activity. And we know that we call it looting here in Jamaica. that person who is always use these type of um we call it events to carry out some criminal act of looting and all of that. It says under the order, except for specified persons, everyone is directed to remain at an abode or place of residence, which includes a national shelter, which we went through earlier, during the designated hours. The exempted persons are authorized officers, the holder of any of the following offices: the Governor General, a member of either House of Parliament, mayors and councillors of municipal corporation, and permanent secretaries. Prime Minister Prime Minister Owners further advised that an evacuation order is in effect for flood and landslide prone areas or zones, areas at or below sea levels, and areas at or close to gullies or waterways. All right, so I think these would be like mandatory evacuation. Like, you have to move because your life is at risk, or that they would say. The Prime Minister urges all Jamaicans to comply with notices to evacuate if and when they are issued. As I said before, these are they are going to be mandatory. However, even without the issuance of a notice, if you live in a low-lying area, an area historically prone to flooding and landslide, or you live on the banks of a river or gully, I implore you to evacuate to a shelter or to safe ground. He implored. And I would imply the same thing, to be honest. If you know you live near a gully or a river, it you know you're prone to flooding. Don't stay. Find a family members to go and stay with. Find a neighbor to go and stay with, or find a nearest shelter. Right. Meanwhile, Mr. Andre Ole is informed that the minister with responsibility for commerce will make an order under Section 8 of the Trade Act to prevent price gouging of essential goods during a period of disaster. And Mrs. Webley was mentioning this earlier, that even though they want to do something about it, um, yeah, for especially the small businesses, businesses, the vendors out on the street, they cannot do anything about it. He urged Jamaicans to take the hurricane seriously, remain calm, and acquire information from credible news sources. Yeah, credible news sources. That's true. Details of the order will be gazetted, published in the media, and posted on various government websites. Yeah, you should, because we're looking for some information now, and we need to find it. We need to know if the storm has passed us. Yeah, we need to know that. Yeah, so all praises to the Most High. I wish this thing could have update itself, but it can't.
Based on the last update, that was like 6 a.m. or local update, they said that the hurricane effects would pass about 8 p.m., but we'll still have tropical storm conditions after that, meaning the rain and flash floodings. So it
So
won't pass that quickly.
After effect.
let me see if I hear you correctly, just to confirm. So the storm the hurricane will hit us around 8 p.m.
No, it will pass us by 8 p.m.
Okay, so
As in completely pass.
yes, for your
Yeah,
information, we're not getting hit directly. Is that
not
what you're
a
saying?
direct.
Okay. Because this thing is updated, so I guess it's updated 59 minutes ago. And um as you can see, it is closer. It is closer to Jamaica. So this is 59 minutes ago. So we're getting, well, not live, but approximate update. So this not much different. All I'm seeing that is closer. All I'm seeing that is closer to Jamaica, but it's not much different in how the trajectory of it that is really hitting, or yeah, hitting the south side of the island. If that makes sense. So it's a bit closer. They said 8 p.m. Um, 8 p.m. tonight. At 2 p.m. it'll be here, and then okay. All right. So
You're getting information of it be at Jamaica 2 p.m.
no, are you seeing my screen? Am
Yes,
I
I'm seeing
sharing
the
it?
screen. Yeah, man, I'm seeing the screen.
Okay. Good. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as you can see, the 2 p.m. here is not yet in Jamaica. 2 p.m. that you're seeing here is not yet in Jamaica. It's still um in the waters um outside Jamaica. But
Oh,
you're saying by 8 p.m. in the night, it will pass closer to the island. That's what you're saying.
okay. So, well, based on what you were saying earlier,
Hmm.
and this is right. It hopefully passes quickly instead of slows down
Yeah,
because
that's the
it
thing
would it will have more devastation after passing if it slows down, or not after passing but during passing.
during passing. Yeah, so true, brother Gideon. All praises to the Most High. Yeah, brother G. If it if it slows down, the longer with those forces wind that they have, the longer it concentrate on a certain area, the more damage it will cause. So the faster it goes, at one time it was at one point time when I saw it was 145 miles per hour. That's pretty quick. You know, we wanted to remain there or even higher to go where it's going. But at another time we heard that it was 22 miles per hour. And that is evident to see oh
A
it has slowed
major
down
drop.
because
A
at one
major
point we heard that it was going to hit Jamaica on going to hit Jamaica before daybreak, right? And then we hear, no, it's going to hit Jamaica around 9. And then, no, it's going to hit Jamaica around 2. And then, no, it's going to hit Jamaica around 8 p.m. So that is saying that it
that
is
is
slowing
telling.
down.
Yeah.
And so the only thing that can really help us in this case is that it keep going away from us, keep making that curve away from us, you know? So of
So,
course you might get a little wind or a little breeze from it, but a little wind and a little rain, but we won't feel the full force.
however, bro, think about it. Do you think it's possible for Jamaica to not get hit based on its closeness or its distance right now? Based on what you're saying,
Hmm.
for Jamaica for it to completely turn away, seeing that it's evident that it's slowing down because of the
Hmm.
time pattern that you keep pointing out just now. It's evident that it's slowing down. So for it to
Yeah,
turn,
it's possible to pass us and we not get hit. It's possible because
oh,
I can see it,
if it
it
continues
continue to
slows,
no, it's not the slowing down, it continue to curve away from Jamaica.
yeah, but curves slowly. Maybe if it,
Well,
well, I'm not
well,
certain.
I'm no mathematician or no physician to say okay whether it's
I will
it's curved
I will
slowly or
go no
fast.
further either. I will go no further either. So because I don't know.
So, I just know that it's curving away from the island, and we just wanted to continue to do that. We don't mind a little rain or a little wind. We're used to it, you know. But stay away from our lovely island. And then as soon as you pass us, we're asking you to just die out in the name of Yahushua Hamashiach.
Indeed.
That you will go nowhere near Guatemala. You will go nowhere near Belize, and certainly you go nowhere near um Mexico. So those persons can be safe as well, right?
And if I might add, if I just want to say that because life is life, it doesn't really matter if it's in your country or not. Life is still life. So we really don't want it to create any form of damage anywhere else. So you are very much agree. I believe everyone would agree with you on that point that it should just, remain in the sea and just die out there and just have no effect on anybody.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely, right. All right, let me see. Hope they don't give me new copyright for this one, my bro.
I'm not hearing anything. Are you hearing me?
Oh, you're not hearing anything?
I'm not hearing anything. I don't know if it's my device.
All right, let me stop
I did.
sharing and share again. You were hearing, Brother G?
No, I was not hearing it. I thought that's how
Oh
the
my.
video was.
Oh my, Brother G, come on. What? You was doing sign language for you to hear?
Boy,
Let me. You were just pointing on stuff. What you were doing, Brother G, just pointing on stuff, and I said, "Oh yeah, man, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that."
no, 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 nothing like that.
You're like, "Oh yeah, 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 that. I know that." I know you're a top meteorologist in the Brother G.
Oh
Like,
boy, no, 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 bro, no, no, don't do that.
Brother G,
northwest at 18 miles an hour. Earlier
let me
this
know if you
morning,
can
it was
hear.
moving around 21 miles an hour.
Here
So
now.
Yes, hearing now.
a little bit
All
as it
right.
comes in contact with those land masses. As we look at the forecasted track of this storm, it's going to continue tracking west across the Caribbean, eventually making landfall as a Category 2 hurricane in the Yucatan Peninsula. What's going to happen afterward once it emerges out across the southwestern Gulf of Mexico in the Bay of Campeche? There is a potential that it could strengthen back into a Category 1 hurricane just prior to landfall. But the latest track as of 10 a.m. showing a slight shift to the north across the area. So they're now including Corpus Christi in this cone. But whether or not the cone or whether or not the storm is going to make its impact south and north of the U.S.-Mexico border, we're still going to see some impacts out of this in the coming days, especially Sunday night into early Monday morning. So high rip current risks are going to be the case along the coast. There could be some coastal flooding and some beach erosion, as well as increasing rain. Hurricane, this latest model showing that shear all across the southern track off towards the Padre Island. However, as we look at the European model flow from the storm, and as we look at the latest models, the hurricane, this latest model showing that shear western Gulf of Mexico, we are still going to see some impacts across southeast Texas. So as we look at the latest model plots, the models are in agreement that the Rio Grande Valley area near South Padre Island. However, as we look at the
They're not
European
gonna
model,
really zoom in on Jamaica, you know.
Is it that
Huh?
Jamaica is not valid or something up to this moment? I
No,
don't hear mention of Jamaica.
yeah, because those other meteorological channels, they don't really, they just breeze past, you know. They say,
Yeah,
oh
that's
yeah,
why I was
man,
trying to pull
here
it
is
back.
Jamaica.
I was trying to pull it back. I was just trying to figure out to reiterate what he said.
Mm. But yeah, I've only seen like one international YouTube channel that he focuses on the Caribbean. So he goes island by island in
Oh,
telling
what's
what's
his name?
happening.
What's his name? Let us find it.
But he only sends out one report for the day if nothing changes. So his report was is
Oh,
a few hours older than that one.
okay, cool. All
Well,
right. Yeah.
I emailed you a picture from out of Spanish Town, March Pen. So if you can download it and share it. So you have bits and pieces of things tumbling over across the
Mm-hmm.
island.
Send it to search on the matter, please. You hear me? Yeah, my grandmother is there in Spanish Town. I got to give her a call. Got to give her a call, Brother G. Got to give her a call. Anthony Grant, do you have any family members in the southern part of the island, namely St. Catherine, Kingston, Manchester, St. Elizabeth? Let us know. Let us know. I'm not getting anything. I think that not nothing. Um, well, that's good. That's good. That's good. When we're not getting a lot of videos, you know that nothing much is happening, and that is good. Because these things are not for entertainment purposes. Understand? So when we're not getting a lot of videos on these things, showing things tumbling down and all that is always good.
I resent it.
Hmm. The picture or video.
It's a picture.
Oh, all right. I can just put it in here and show it then. Give me a sec. Yeah, so everything is quiet outside now. Everything is quiet outside. Nothing is going on. Nothing at all is going on. That is good. That is good.
I mean, I would have thought we would have been getting the effects by now, but clearly something has shifted.
Listen, man. When they say chaos, the most I say peace. Yahusha said the wind be still. Everybody was amazed. Even the wind listened to him. Who could this be? You know, who could this be? Whenever they want destruction, the most I say no. Right?
True,
Whenever they
true.
want this, yeah, whenever they want destruction, the most I say no. Not at all. All right, so this is the picture that we have in from Marchpin Road. Let me see. No, I'm not sharing it yet. Let me share it now. Give me. Make it bigger. Yeah, so this is a picture that we're seeing from Marchpin Road, Spanish Town, where um it has hit a tree. Well, probably the wind. That tree don't have an old tree still, so and I pay that in mind. What do you think?
I mean, a tree that has of that size looks like it have been around for a very long time, so it must be some strong winds that hit it.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, so I'm just gonna check around to see what's going on. See if I can get any more update. Oh,
Well, my
Is there,
mother is down. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna ask if there that's the complete width of the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was just saying
It's-
if the wind did that type of damage of such a large branch,
mm-hmm.
look at the building behind it or so. I'm not sure. Even though it seems like it's concrete top, I was just wondering if anything else was touched
No,
by
not
the
from
wind.
our
No,
knowledge.
no, they were just highlighting the big tree, how
Oh,
the wind has causing the branch to be
Yeah,
broken.
Okay.
Brother Gideon said the tree could have been rotten. That's my thought. Been there a while.
Well,
True. And then the breeze just come and smack it.
Yeah.
But from where my mother lives in Clarendon, she was getting a bit of rain, she says, and breeze, but nothing too serious yet.
Okay. And that's good to hear. That is good to hear. Always good to hear in times like these. Always good to hear. I'm just gonna trying to call Spanish Town and Old Harbour in St. Catherine to find out what's going on there. Yes, Sister Rachel. We pray that it didn't hit the surrounding building, you know, or no one was nearby when it was
indeed,
falling.
indeed.
Okay, we know when we see things we like to jump out and look, tendency to be in the midst of everything.
That. I don't know if that's crazy Jamaican thing, don't it, brother?
Yeah.
I think Jamaicans alone do that, you know.
Actually, no,
I
it's just
so
curiosity. It's just curiosity of the human mind. It's not just a Jamaica thing.
Or oh well, all right, well, I'll stand corrected right here.
Curiosity of the human mind. We like to, and they have lots of the eyes on the bro.
Well, yeah,
Lots of the
true,
eyes on the bro.
true.
It's
And
in
they
it's
don't
in
stop at one
everyone.
area.
Yeah, you have to put that on a subjection. You want to stop and look. You're like, no, I need to, go about my business, right?
Yeah.
another safety tip, just to chime in a bit,
Hmm.
if you have a lot of glass at your window, because some windows are built differently. So if it's the one where it's just straight on glass, a way how you can protect yourself if that glass does break is to put duct tape on it, because I believe that's the strongest tape, or they have some tapes called gorilla tape. But yeah, just to use duct tape and make a X across the glass. So if it does break, it doesn't shatter and cause much damage. Also, you can add the big black bags or garbage bags to the
Oh, well,
to
no,
the mix as
Beverly,
well.
Beverly, just to
Yeah.
just to interject to ask a question. When you put the tape, sorry, when you put the tape on the glass to make that X, I thought it made it a bit more sturdy. I didn't know it stopped it from shed when it actually break.
Yeah, it would prevent it from shattering. How
You
glass
see,
would tend to break when it does break.
I learned something because I thought those tape that you put on it, making an X, will cause it to be a bit more firmer in terms of stability. I didn't know how. I didn't ask the logistics of it. I just thought, to be honest. But now you're telling me it's because they want it not to shatter as glass would normally shatter. That's the reason why they do that. I learned something today. You can continue.
Yeah, and I was saying to even add to that protection, you can also use the big garbage bags, open it up and add some more tape to it. So if the glass is broken, then water won't be able to get in as much as well, and the wind, of course. So it's just some tips to help keep your family safe.
Yeah, brother Gideon. I thought, I thought, I thought that putting the duct tape on it and making the X and all that, it gave it a bit more stability. That's what I thought. I didn't know that it had nothing to do with stability, but for the after effect when it actually break. Oh my! I learned something today. You see, I can never be too old um to learn.
Mm,
Um, so brother Gideon was saying the Europeans are famous for that. And what he was referring to is famous for excitement. With the excitement, you just run down there. You know what I mean? Instead of running away from the excitement, you run towards the excitement to see what is happening. You know, Yeah, they always say no, black man stay so, but that's a lie. Black man stay so as well. No man, no, Jamaica not do that. Jamaica not run. No, we have if it was a European thing, we have adopted the European ways because I've seen where things is happening, and Jamaican run towards it to take a picture, take a video, take a look, take a stare. Um, yeah. So, but again, I'm saying you say that you're 100% spot on with your insight on the tape on the glass, Mrs. Webley, and also Mrs. Sister Rachel was saying you're spot on as well. Brother Emmanuel is saying that Jamaican love excitement. Jamaican love excite and create also, and createment. Yeah, they like excitement and they like to create excitement. Yeah, so
Mhm.
use one word to create um to say the same thing. Yeah, man, they like excitement. That's just true. But as I said, I don't think it's just a Jamaican thing. To be honest, I think it's just a human thing. It's just that because we are around a lot of Jamaicans, we think it's just a Jamaican thing, but it's not. It is actually a human thing, right? Yeah, the loss of the eyes, man. The loss of the eyes, man. The pride of life, the loss of the flesh. Those type of thing. That's what drive men. That's what drive man. So that's the reason why we have received the word, which is the sword, to fight against those things and become a new creation. Have your sword and your shield, which is your faith, to keep yourself unspotted from those things, because those things are still there even when you have um, become a new creation. They're still there to tempt you, but now you have the word to fight it with, and that's a good thing. All praises to the Most High. But
Praises.
again, say Laurent behavior. I think Laurent is talking about a specific thing or a specific behavior. Okay. Come on, brother Gideon, give us some definition or some backstory on that Laurent. Um, I think I've heard
I'm
it. You go ahead.
I'm wondering if it's a type when he's saying learned behavior.
Oh, probably.
Maybe
Yeah,
could be.
yeah, probably. Sister Rachel is saying humans are naturally curious along it's not in their own, not long as it's not on their own doorstep. Yeah. True. So when fire is in their own house, they will run away from it. But fire is over by their neighbors, they will not just go to help. They will not just go to help. They're not everyone is there to help, but they're there for the excitement and the createment, as the brother Emmanuel says, to take a video, take a stare, to take a look, to take a pic. Yes, humans are naturally. So it's not just a Jamaican thing. I wouldn't. Yeah, it's not a stereotype thing. It is a human thing that um they tend to do in terms of when things are not at their own doorstep, as Sister Rachel put it. As long as it's not at their own doorstep, they are going to run towards it. It's sad to say, but it's true. It's sad to say, but it is true. So they say the hurricane is going to be here at 8 p.m. Right now, we're getting light drizzles. Uh, no drizzles, um, just some wind, a little wind to be exact. Not much, little wind, just little wind. Let me
Just
go ahead.
just to go back to that picture though, to analyze it a bit, that I can see the future threat in that, because if the storm does come now with the rain and all, and persons are trying to evacuate, that
Hmm.
branch right there is gonna stop persons from being able to drive.
Yeah, true.
And
Very true.
for any emergency vehicle. Because right now, I don't think anybody's gonna come out to get rid of that. The authorities. So it's probably
Oh.
the people in the community that would have to get rid of that themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, brother Gideon was in that you're spot on. You're spot on what you're saying that he meant learned behavior. Yeah. This is where we appreciate your insight. We sure do. But now I'm gonna give a live pick of what is in front of what is there on my side. Let me see if I can do this. What's going on my side? Our outdoors. Yeah. So this is a live pick of what's going on my outdoors. Um. Yeah. I don't know if you can see the trees. That's a bamboo tree. Um. It's dancing away. But yeah, it's dancing away. I don't know if you can see it. Let me know if you can see it. Can you hear the breeze in the microphone? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear the breeze.
Yeah. It's not heavy, but a bit of force. So,
Really and truly, it can't be seen though, bro.
huh?
It can't be seen though. With the naked eyes, you can't really see it.
Oh, you can't see the trees dancing.
Not really. Not really.
Oh.
Or maybe
Yeah. So they're not really not
I'm just thinking
they're not
about
really dancing much.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The breeze is not the wind is not playing much of a music for them to dance.
Okay.
Just just some rock steady. You know, just some rock steady. Yeah. So that's what's going on my side. In south in Mandeville, Manchester, because Manchester is the south of the island. Yeah, so that's what's happening. That's what's going on my side.
Really, it's fairly
So
the skies are fairly clear there, however though, bro, at this moment.
That's
Being
yeah,
being
clear.
it's
That's
cloudy.
very
It's not.
overcast.
huh?
It's
Well,
overcast, man. It's not clear.
it's not really clear, but
Uh,
you know,
no, it's not dark clouds. I think you want to say it's not really dark clouds. To be honest,
right, right.
they're fairly dark, but they're not dark clouds. That whoa,
Yeah, yeah,
now a
like
hurricane come on, look at the cloud them black. It's not like that. Yeah, it's not really like that. It's like the sky is the cloud is it's when it's going to rain. Yeah, but
okay,
not
yeah,
doesn't look like a storm.
yeah. But when it's
So
on the tail
Laurent is a
down,
French. Oh, Brother Gideon, you're saying he missed the tropics. There's not much tropics now, my friend. Laurent is a French masculine given name or Latin origin. It is used in France, Canada, and other French-speaking countries. You're making me old. Brother Gideon, it's still dark and brazy over here. It's not sunny. It's
oh
not
man.
sunny, Brother Gideon. It's not sunny. It's brazen. It's beginning to drizzle now. We have light drizzle now, and yeah, that. Yeah, the trees are getting a bit more dancey, as I can see. If you can see, I don't know how good is the camera quality. Yeah, and that's going on in our neck of the woods down here in Mandeville, Manchester. Yeah, brother Gideon, it's not sunny. Yeah, it's not sunny over here. It's a bit cloudy and breezy and rainy all in one. It sounds like Manchester in England. I live in England. I was just gonna say, I just saying the same thing. It's like Manchester in England. It's always raining there.
What?
Like ask brother Gideon. It's always wet in Manchester. I've heard. I've heard that it's always wet in Manchester. All right, so
It's raining now, right?
yes, it's beginning to drizzle, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
just
because I'm seeing that.
You're seeing it. Well,
Yeah,
you couldn't see
I'm
the trees dancing. You couldn't see the trees dancing, but you're seeing the raindrops. Oh my
my
bro, I
brother,
tell
my
you.
brother,
Yeah,
my brother.
yeah,
Look
we're
at
seeing the raindrops.
right, my
But
brother.
I'm saying, Brother G is something else, man. He couldn't see the trees dancing, but he's seen the raindrops. How you do that, man?
Look here, though. Look here, though. We are. I am looking for.
Special.
I guess I can say aggressive movement of the tree, but
You
I'm
are
not
special.
seeing that. But the raindrop. Remember, bro. The trees are far away, and the raindrop is right in front of the camera.
Can you see that?
Brother G, can you see that?
Nope.
What?
You're not. Wait, no, no,
You
no,
don't
no. Sorry, sorry. No, 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 no. You can't. It wouldn't be
Right.
possible. You weren't on screen. Go
Okay.
ahead now, Brother G.
Yeah, I can see that.
and the coconut tree up there dancing.
Right, I can see that.
Can you
That's
see
that's
that?
Yeah,
that's very close. No, I can see that.
yeah. So I'm having the wind and a bit of drizzle.
Okay. But yes, that I can see. That I can see. Especially the coconut tree, seeing that it's further up, it will be attracting more of the wind, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say, Brother Gideon is saying it's always dark 80% of the time over there in Manchester. Oh, Brother Gideon say, look at the beauty. Oh my. Brother Gideon say, look at the beauty, eh? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
All right, Brother.
backyard.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Yeah, bro. So all those trees and coconut trees and all that.
Mango tree, ackee tree, coconut tree.
All right, so just giving you a storm update. They said the storm is not coming until 8 o'clock tonight. So
That's what they said.
all right, we have read that already. Let me see.
That's the latest update.
Yeah. See, I can share this though. I'm using. Make sure that I'm sharing it. Yeah.
I'm
So I'm using.
saying if it's coming at 8, that means tomorrow is no work day then. Because
Anyway,
it's
so
still gonna have some after effects.
yeah. So this is from National Hurricane Center. That's what I'm getting from my information from. I hope you're seeing my screen. Let me try and get that off. Put. All right, no, I have to get it back on. Give me a sec for that to show. Yeah, good. Hope you're seeing my screen. Let me make sure that you're seeing it properly. Oh yeah, good. All right. So according to this trajectory on time, it will. What this is saying that it will pass Jamaica by 8 p.m. It will pass Jamaica. That's what this trajectory is saying. So it's pretty close to Jamaica at this time. Pretty close. But from now until 8 p.m., it will move past Jamaica. That's what this is saying from the National Hurricane Center. And this is updated an hour ago. Are you seeing that, Mrs. Webley?
Yes, I'm seeing it.
All right, good. Good. All right. Sister Rachel is saying, "Oh man, yeah, brother Gideon, you don't take the paradise for granted." Yeah, sometimes we do, to be honest. Sometimes we do because we are we are in it every day. So it's good, like when you have persons like yourself to remind us that, hey, what this is not a everywhere everyday thing, you know. So thanks for the reminder, brother Gideon, and I hope that you will enjoy some of it soon. Yeah, I hope you will do that. Um, so brother Gideon, back home, back in the Caribbean where you're from, did they get any effect of the hurricane that passed through the Caribbean? Did they get any wind, any breeze? Oh, probably where it started from. Maybe they wouldn't. I don't know where it started from.
Off the coast of Africa, they said.
Off the coast of Africa. Oh,
That's where it
so depend.
developed. Way
Oh,
over there, way past there, way over there, yeah.
oh, cool. Over there in West Africa, you say? Fun fact about Freetown. So Freetown was the town that they usually um preserve, if I can use such a term, for the runaway, not the runaway slave, for the slave that they would have given freedom per se. So the English in the 1800, they abolished slavery. And when they abolished slavery, any ship caught coming through their waters with slave, they would recapture that ship, and bring the slave to, of course, West Africa. And they call here in West Africa and call it Freetown. That's the reason why they would have this place would have gotten the name Freetown, because they freed slave, for lack of a better term. I still don't think they were free, but they were free to some extent. They would put them here, and that's the reason why they call it Freetown. Yeah, Freetown in Sierra Leone.
And it's also the capital for Sierra Leone.
Oh, information. Thank you. Brother Gideon is saying, I lived through one. I lived through a storm. Yeah. Um, I was there for Ivan. I was born when Gilbert came in 19. Is it 19? I don't remember.
88.
1980, 1988. Is that so?
Yes.
1988 Gilbert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm 1986. So I've been like two. Mrs. Webley, you wouldn't have been born at that time. Yes, as a child. But yeah. So yeah, brother Gideon is saying he lived through one. Oh, cool, cool. Well, you lived, so I'll praise it to the Most High. So I lived through Gilbert. I lived through one that they call Ivan. I think that happened in 2004. Mrs. Webley, correct me if I'm wrong. No,
Yep,
not two.
2004.
Is it 2004?
Yes, it was.
Oh, which one came in 2008?
I believe that was either Sandy, I think it was Sandy or
Or
Matthew, the one that didn't happen, you mean?
the
Hmm.
one that didn't happen was Matthew, I think.
Yeah, it was Matthew. And then there was
Yeah.
Dean in 2007. We got some rain from it, but it didn't really hit us like that.
Oh, Sister Rachel, have you been through any hurricane? which year was, is it 2007, 2008 was government election, general election. Mr. Rachel say no, never been through a hurricane, never been through a storm before.
Really,
Okay,
sister.
I mean really, that's a good thing. I mean really, that's a good thing. Nobody want to go through it. Nobody want to have the experience of going through a hurricane. It's not an easy thing, you know. I was uh I was young. I was young I was a teenager, probably about 17 going through Ivan. Yeah, no storm.
Yeah, Ivan was a scary one. Part of the breadfruit tree fell on part of the roof where the room where my grandmother was in.
Oh,
So we all had to huddle in the other room. Yeah, it was a scary time.
oh, cool, cool. Um, for me, Ivan, I was safe and sound during Ivan. When Ivan hit, I was living in Old Harbor with my mommy. As soon as the hurricane subsided, my friends and I we went out and we walked through a lot of water, a lot of puddles. We walk about 2 miles. That's what we do out here in Jamaica. As soon as the hurricane passed, we just walk and look at all the excitement as we were talking about before. As I said,
Yeah,
it's not a
look at the
Jamaican thing.
destruction.
Yes, it's not a Jamaican thing, it's a human thing. Right. So yeah, we would um yeah, walk through the waters and everything, walk for miles looking at destruction, and not just destruction, we're just looking, you know, as youth back then. Yeah. So they're saying 101 declares entire Jamaica disaster area.
Expressed our solidarity and willingness to support, even as we make CARICOM heads.
I'm gonna see if I can play it.
This morning, we were briefed on the destructive impact of the hurricane on our Eastern Caribbean sister islands. We expressed our solidarity and willingness to support, even as we make our own preparations. Jamaica.
You hear that a while ago, Mrs. Dudley?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna play.
Remember,
Go again.
just bear in mind, to the listeners, this was something he said on July the 2nd.
Oh yeah, the thing that I read earlier.
Yes.
CARICOM heads this morning, we were briefed on the destructive impact of the hurricane on our Eastern Caribbean sister islands. We expressed our solidarity and willingness to support, even as we make our own preparation. Jamaica must take this hurricane seriously. Early this morning, the Cabinet reviewed our plans to manage the threat of the hurricane, and the caucus of Parliament was also briefed on our state of emergency response. In this regard, the government has made a special allocation of $5 million per constituency to assist with emergency cases for food and building supplies through the constituency fund, the TF. After careful review of the trajectory of the storm, the likely impact, the potential threats emanating, and having disaster in accordance with Section 26 of the Disaster Risk Management Act for the next 7 days. All Jamaica should note that following on this declaration, an island-wide curfew will be in effect between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. tomorrow, Wednesday, the 3rd of July, 2024. This is to ensure the safety of everyone during the passage of the storm and prevent any movement with the intent to carry out criminal activity. An evacuation order on the direction of authorized officers is also in effect for flood-prone and landslide-prone areas, areas at or below sea level, and areas at or close to gullies or waterways. We urge all Jamaicans to comply with notices to evacuate if and when they are issued. However, even without the issuance of notice, if you live in a low-lying area and an area is historically prone to flooding and landslide, or if you live on the banks of a river or a gully, I implore you to evacuate to a shelter or to safer ground. The Minister with responsibility for commerce will also make an order under Section 8 of the Trade Act to prevent price gouging of essential goods during a period of disaster. The Minister of Transport has also made arrangements with the operators of the east-west and north-south toll highways to give free access to the toll road between the hours of 6 p.m. and midnight today, July 2nd, 2024. This is to ensure that all Jamaicans who are currently on the road are able to get home safely and conveniently. The details of the various orders will be gazetted, published in our media, and posted on various government websites. The situation, as you can imagine, is dynamic, and the government continues to monitor developments and will provide regular updates. The entire government and all relevant personnel are in a state of readiness to manage the disaster. ODPEM is leading the National Disaster Response. The National Emergency Operations Center, the NEOC, has been activated, and all relevant agencies are on high alert. Now, as we brace for the potential impacts of Hurricane Beryl, we also need our Jamaican household, our Jamaican family, you, to be prepared. It is imperative that we remain calm. Now, it's not a time for panic. Now, here are some very important steps that each of us should take to ensure our safety and the safety of our loved ones. First thing, stay informed. Regularly check reliable sources of information, getting your updates on the progress of the hurricane, tune into your local news stations, listen to the radio, and follow official social media channels such as the Jamaica Information Service for the latest information. The Met Service and the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management will provide timely updates. Second, create an emergency plan. Discuss with your family and loved ones what actions to take in the event of an emergency. Identify your strongest room in the house, your safe room, where you can take shelter during the storm. Ensure that everyone knows the location of emergency supplies, such as flashlights, batteries, and first aid kits. This can be a particularly fearful time for our children. Take some time to reassure and comfort them and explain to them what is happening. Third, stock up on essential items. By now, you should have your emergency supply kit with enough food, water, medication, and necessities to last for at least 3 days. And this should include items such as non-perishable food, bottled water, your prescription medications, toiletries, and important documents should be in waterproof containers. Fourth, secure your property. take steps to protect your home from potential damage. You should, by now, would have already pruned the trees around your home, and you would have secured loose items that could become projectiles in high wind. Given the projected strength of the hurricane, protecting your roof is a critical part of your preparations. Fifth, no emergency numbers. You should familiarize yourself with emergency contact numbers and have them readily available. The following numbers are crucial during this time: police, fire, and ambulance, that is, of course, 119, weather updates, 116, ODPEM, 876-906-9674, the Jamaica Red Cross, 876-984-7860, and of course the JPS, 1-888-225-5577. That is 1888, called JPS. Now, during the passage of the hurricane, there may be loss of electricity and water. The emergency services will seek to restore power and water as quickly as possible. However, citizens should not seek to remove down poles or power lines or disturb water mains. Please use the emergency numbers given to report damage to public utilities and do not take unnecessary risks. Additionally, the JCF and the JDF will be fully mobilized to maintain public order and assist with disaster relief as soon as the hurricane has passed. The security forces have developed strategic plans to counter any potential threat of looting or any other opportunistic crimes during this period. Hurricane Beryl is the earliest Category 5 hurricane on record. It highlights the growing impact of climate change on global weather patterns, particularly on small island developing states like Jamaica. While our carbon emissions are minuscule, our region bears the brunt of the impacts of climate change. The hurricane further highlights the urgent need for global climate action and targeted support to enhance resilience against the escalating dangers of climate change. Your government understands that we live in a time of overlapping crises and unpredictable external shocks not of our making. This means that as a government, as a people, we must be resilient. We must build the capacity to absorb shocks and recover quickly. We have been through disasters in recent years, including a pandemic, and we have recovered quickly. We have been mainstreaming climate resilience in all our plans and programs, including the design and construction of our new infrastructure, our fiscal arrangements, and in our national security planning. We continue to build our reserves to ensure protection against both low and high frequency events. By any measure, as a country, we are more prepared than at any time in our history to handle these shocks. Nevertheless, we know that it will bring difficult times during the impact and during the recovery. However, if we bond together as a people, and each of us commits to act as responsible citizens, we can get through this and recover quickly. Let us do all we can to preserve life. Listen to the warnings. Act wisely. Put away violent response to conflicts that may occur in crises. Let's commit to being our brother's keeper. Look out for our neighbor, the elderly and infirm. Now is the time that we need community. It is a spirit of community that will pull us through. I know there are many Jamaicans praying right now. Please continue to lift up Jamaica in prayers. With the blessing of God on the vessel of preparation we have made, we will safely ride out this storm. May God bless us all and keep us safe.
Well, so that was our Prime Minister Andrew Holness. I hope you heard everything that he said. I hope you truly did. Um, and I think that um stand out to me when he said it. It was what $5 million allocated to each constituency. Um, so if no storm or it did not hit us with how they expected to hit us, where's that money going to go? Yeah. For some reason that stuck with me. I don't know if I'm being sinister, but that stuck with me. Right. So that's one of the reasons why, even if they have seen the trajectory and have seen the trajectory that the storm is going to pass us and not hit us directly, they will not say so because under the hack they can um under the act they can make certain demands, get certain perks, if I may say so. So probably just me being sinister, right? So all right, let me know if you heard what the Prime Minister just said and if you agree with anything that he's saying. Um, I agree with most of the things that he's saying, but not everything.
Heading towards Jamaica, and I'm joined now by the Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who joins us live from.
Brother G, you heard the Prime Minister just now? Mrs. Webley, are you there? You hear the Prime Minister just now? Sister Rachel, did you hear the Prime Minister just now?
Yes, I'm here. I heard. I was wondering the same thing you were in terms of the money that they allocated for
So
if the disaster strikes. You
yeah,
know, is it that it's gonna go, um, is it that it's gonna remain there for future events, or what will happen with that money? Where did that money come from anyway?
yeah. I was thinking that. So here we have another interview with our Prime Minister, an international interview. So let's take a listen.
Heading towards Jamaica, and I'm joined now by the Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who joins us live from Kingston. Prime Minister, thanks so much for your patience and for talking to us at what is literally a very busy time for you right now. Can you just tell us how prepared the island is and what preparedness you're at the moment?
So the government is at its highest level of alert and preparedness. All our entities that are responsible for disaster and emergency response are mobilized. We have 900 shelters right across the island. I would say that about 90% of them are mobilized and ready. So from a government perspective, the government is ready. The government also engaged in an intensive informationalization campaign with our citizens for the last 3 or 4 days. So from a household level, the Jamaican households have information about how to protect themselves, how to protect their property, and how to respond after the hurricane has passed. My own assessment is that every Jamaican is taking the necessary steps to protect themselves and their property and to be able to recover quickly after the hurricane. So I think the island is prepared. We are informed. Right now, we have started to experience hurricane conditions, but not yet severe. So we are still some way out, maybe 3 or 4 hours out from actually experiencing severe hurricane conditions. We are expecting that by virtue of the category of this hurricane, which is projected now to be at category 4, and when it reaches Jamaica, it could potentially downgrade to category 3, still dangerous hurricane, which would cause storm surges, heavy rain, potential destruction to coastal infrastructure and residential and commercial properties. And in the interior, we may very well experience landslides. So we do have plans for that, and we are prepared.
So, Prime Minister, I don't mean to interrupt, but in terms of that preparedness, there will be a different policy for those that are living in urban areas to those that are living on the coastline. How are you advising people who are living on the coastline that would have to move, perhaps, would you say, to the interior? And what sort of numbers are we talking about?
Well, we've identified all our low-lying areas, and that is essentially on the southeastern coast of Jamaica, where we would have potential significant damage. There are shelters in proximity to these areas at higher ground, and we have implemented under our Disaster Risk Management Act an evacuation order. Once we have made the assessment, and we have made some assessments, then we will enforce those orders and assist residents in relocating. But outside of that, for the last 3 or 4 days, we have been imploring residents, and some have responded and have moved voluntarily.
Prime Minister, Jamaica is no stranger to hurricanes of various levels historically. What lessons have been learned in the past that have actually got you to a state now in the here and present to be able for you to protect and reassure the public across Jamaica that you actually are in control of the situation no matter what happens?
Well, several things have occurred. Hurricane Gilbert, which happened in the 1980s, had a signal impact on Jamaica's construction sector. So most people who are building in Jamaica actually overbuild in terms of their roofing and their structures. So we have seen a kind of shift away from zinc sheeting as a preferred roofing material to more concrete roofing. So, and in addition to that, where we do use that kind of roofing, we have put in place hurricane straps. So our building codes generally have improved as a result of those past hurricanes. So we do take some comfort that because our building codes have improved and the general culture of building in Jamaica has improved over the last 20 to 30 years, we would have, by virtue of that, mitigated the potential effect of the hurricane.
Technology in terms of satellite tracking, social media, all helps in getting the message across, as you are well aware. How do you coordinate your efforts in terms of the day after, the recovery? Because obviously there will be damage. You don't know what that damage will be. We tend to think we're looking at areas of clean water, medical supplies. Are your neighbouring countries, your neighbours, are they prepared to help you in the aftermath of what might happen?
Well, we've had our neighboring countries reaching out to us. We do have a CARICOM community here, and it is a really closely knit community. And I'm certain that should Jamaica require the help, we would have the support of the CARICOM community and the wider Caribbean region, and indeed from our partners in the United States and in Europe. So we're confident that the global community will support Jamaica in the event that we need assistance. But you asked earlier, what are some of the lessons we learned from disasters? Yes, the impacts of the natural disasters are usually well known as it relates to the damage to physical infrastructure, water, roads, and housing. But not much is said about the fiscal impact on small island states from these recurring natural disasters, which really disrupts the growth and the economic potential of small island developing states like Jamaica. So Jamaica has been, for the last 4 or 5 years, mainstreaming climate resilience in our economic policies. And so we have built up some buffers. You're never perfectly prepared financially for these kinds of disasters, but we have improved our fiscal management to account for and mainstream in all our planning, our fiscal, our national security, and our infrastructure development, this whole business of resilience and accounting for climate change.
Well, we know you have a very busy few hours ahead of you. We hope that Jamaica doesn't get hit too hard. We hope we can speak to you again after the storm passes. But for the moment, Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, thanks very much for your time, sir, on Al Jazeera.
Thank you very much, and keep praying for Jamaica.
We will.
Yeah, that was our Prime Minister, Andrew Holness. Yeah. Is really what you have anything to say on what he was talking about?
Oh, well, he he said there are over 900 shelters, but bear in mind that's really for the persons who have a home that may be in jeopardy. He didn't really mention about the homelessness, the homeless persons, where they're going to be. I only heard of one um place that will be set up for homeless persons. I don't remember which parish at the moment, but I believe it's in Manchester.
Question
But
though.
I haven't really. Mhm.
I have a question. So you're saying if a homeless person go to one of these shelters, they're going to turn him back out, or that what you're saying?
Well, I'm not sure because remember, those persons, some of them have mental illnesses and all of that. So I'm not sure how they're equipped for a regular shelter to deal with them.
Oh, because I thought that the shelters are just general for everyone.
Maybe on face value, it looks that way, but I highly doubt that.
Well, that would be sad if that's not the case, though.
Yep.
Yeah, it would be sad if that's not the case. Yeah. So yeah, they say a couple hours from now the storm should pass. What we are under the disaster act for what 7 days. So until that disaster act, nothing can go back to normal. So whether or not the storm hits Jamaica hard or not, we're still under the act. So we are still not free to move to
But the
yeah.
thing about it, they specified that it was Wednesday. We have the curfew from 6 to 6. I'm assuming that they left it at that in case nothing serious really happens, then they can go back to say, okay, it has been lifted. So I don't think it will last for the 7 days if we don't get any serious impact.
You're right. So that's what I was alluding to, that there's still no freedom of movement until they say that the act has been lifted. Even though nothing much is going on, we still have to wait on them to give us the go ahead. I'm sure that they will do so as quickly as they see that everything is safe. But I'm just saying that we still can't move until they say. All right. So it's
Correct.
looking, yeah, it's looking good. It's looking better for Jamaica in terms of the trajectory of the hurricane. It's really looking good for us, looking better for us, I must say. That it doesn't really look like it's gonna hit us um head on, and that is good. That is good.
Just to allude to something, when he mentioned on a family basis, on a household basis, he's hoping that persons will have secured 3 days worth of food supply, etc., in the event of anything. But I want to say to those who are listening, whether you get affected by a hurricane or any natural disaster, to always have that on hand, because some of these things, so for example, an earthquake can come upon you suddenly, and you really don't need the government to tell you to prepare your household. So it's in your best interest to always be prepared for these things, knowing what country you're living in and what disasters you're prone to. It's always good to have at least, as they say, 3 days supply, but hopefully you can do more for yourself, because as we are currently in the situation of having a curfew on the day of the hurricane, and you realize, oh, you didn't prepare that, there's no way for you to go no, and get what you need, because you didn't really have the money to buy it, etc. So if you can make the means, do those things way before you know, hey, we're going to be under a curfew, because it's going to be expected and you have to expect it. It's not our first rodeo. So be responsible adults for your families and have those preparations ahead of time so you won't need to run out and join the crowd in the long lines and fighting for the last bread, because that has happened.
We so appreciate everything that you said just now. And let me just iterate or echo what you said, that be responsible adults. Um, for those who are faithful in the Most High Yahuwah Elohim, we know that we must always be prepared for what's coming. And what's coming is not just an hurricane, not just a storm, not just an earthquake. So we try to be as prepared as possible, as I said earlier. But we know that the Most High will keep us, right? But we must try to be as prepared as possible. So I'm just echoing what you're saying, Mrs. Webley, that you're so right. That not just because the Prime Minister said that we should have food for 3 days, but make sure that you always have food for 3 days, if that makes sense. If you can't afford to have food for a week, make sure you always have food for 3 days. Make sure you always have food for a week. And there I said it. Um, always have food for a month. You know, always be prepared. Always be prepared. Always have extra candles, extra match, you know, extra water, whatever it is. Always try to have it. It will come in handy, because disaster struck when you least expected it. Sometimes it's not called a disaster if you expected it, because you make your next necessary preparation. A lockdown is a good example of that, Brother Gideon said, and you're so right. When that thing that thing that did not happen, and it causes a lockdown. Yeah, we know that we should have had food for many days. you know, many days. Yes, it was good that we were practicing that. My household was actually practicing that we didn't have to run around like we were mad or headless chicken, because we were actually somewhat prepared, not for the lockdown, but prepared for an event like that. So all praises to the Most High. So I just want to echo what Mrs. Abu is saying, that we are all responsible for our household, so we should make the necessary preparation for what might come in the future, or the near future, long or near future.
To leave my last few words before I go and charge up my device, I'm at 57%. No, this is not the time for a low battery power. So, just to add in terms of the food, because some people might be saying, but food expire and yada yada yada. Bear in mind, I've read, listened several persons in the field, more experience, of course. Expiration dates doesn't mean that the food is done for. It's just something that they had to put on a bottle of water, because believe it or not, water has expiration date. But does that mean the water is not drinkable? No, it does not. It just means the same quality of freshness, you won't get it. But that tin food that 1 month past its expiration date, I have eaten expired baked bean. I'm still here, didn't get sick or anything. So it's just a testament to say that don't let them trick you to say, oh, the food is expired, so throw it away. So you can have that corned beef for months upon months after that expiration date. You don't throw it away. Open it then and do that check for yourself, instead of saying, no, it because it expired. Don't waste your money that way. Check it for yourself. It is expired, yes, but open it. Take a little test sample of it to make sure it's safe for your family to eat. But don't toss it out to say you wasted your money preparing for the hurricane and it didn't come. Now you have to toss out that whatever and whatever. Yeah, don't do it. Stale bread can still be used to make bread pudding. You can still use to make toast on the stove top. If you don't have a toaster, it can still be used. So don't let them trick you and waste your resources.
Yes, we have hurricane tips there. I know we have some survival tips, right? Brother G was saying agreed. Brother Gideon was just showing some sentiment to what Mrs. Upper is saying, that it's not expired, it's just best before. This is when you get the best quality. Doesn't mean it's not good after the date. You rightly said. Absolutely. Mrs. Rachel is saying, Sister Rachel is saying, Brother Gideon is saying, spot on. Sister Rachel is saying, it's fact, you haven't already. If you haven't already, then start stocking up on canned goods. Yes, indeed. That's what we're trying to get across to everyone. That try to start to stock up on canned goods. They have a long, 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 long shelf life. And I didn't say expiration date, I said shelf life. Right? You have a very long shelf life. Yes. If there's rust in the tin, don't eat it. Yeah. So those one are the precautions that you can look for. If there's rust in the tin, don't eat it. Yeah. But there is no rust in the tin, then go ahead, even if the best before date has passed. So yeah, it's good to hear and share information with each other. I'm really glad. I really appreciate you all joining us just to comfort someone's mind out there. Someone was comforted today. Someone got some information. We kept someone company. We put a smile on someone's face even in these times. So I really appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna just take a break now, and then we will come back probably around 3 o'clock or so. Just to keep an eye on the storm, no pun intended, to see on the hurricane, I should say, to see if it had, make any inroads into our island, or it has stayed away from our island, most are willing, and have subsided and died out, because that's what we are praying for in the name of Yahusha Hamashiach. Right? So, Brother G, you want to give your final say before we push out? Brother G, you're not hearing if you're speaking now, bro.
Well, are you hearing me now, bro?
Loud and clear.
Okay. I can only say that prayer is needed, but prayer with action. So even though we pray for someone, it's good to also communicate with whether it be a particular individual, however you can, and help them to, get prepared, or to, just to be encouraged, or to feel strengthened, or to however way we can or you can do it. So though you pray for not just one particular person or two persons or your family or those who are around you or the country or the world, however you can reach out to them, even at this point, when with this broadcast or this stream, doing what our fellow brother is doing at the moment, reaching out to people, is very good, because this is necessary information, not for one people, but not for one person, but for all. So even though we pray, we should act within that prayer. And I say that loud enough for you to hear. I'm in an enclosed area, I can hear echo now, so yeah. So yeah,
All
it's
right.
something for all of us to take hold of. So let us continue to lean on each other, just, I guess, take notes from each other, just be humble and, learn and share and love and be what we ought to be.
All right, my bro, you ended on a good note by saying we should love, and love is looking out for each other and being selfless. So it means to put up someone, even in your living room, in your dining room, an extra room that you have, they're not using. Look out for your neighbor, man. That extra pound of sugar that you have, that extra pound of rice that you have, come on, look out for your neighbors. Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everyone who have joined it. We will take a break and come back probably around 3 o'clock or so. I'm not sure. Just send out the link when I'm coming back. So Brother Kimani and Sister Amia, Mrs. Webley, Brother Gideon, Sister Rachel, Sister Queenia, Anthony Gordon for passing through. Thank you. Brother Emmanuel, Brother G yourself, you know, Taj Leon. Yeah, my little family over there. Yeah. So
Big one.
yeah. Please stay safe and love you all. Whether you're in Jamaica or outside of Jamaica, still stay safe. Take the necessary precaution in life. And of course, pray because the Most High will always keep you. Just trust in Him. Trust in Him always, and He will always keep you. Just to make sure I didn't forget anyone. Yes, I did not forget anyone. So Mrs. Beverly have went to charge her phone. That's good. So those who are in Jamaica, please make sure that all electric device that you have are charged properly. All right. See you. See you. I can say soon. See you soon. Gonna take a break, get something to eat. You know, really put some food in your system. Look at the trees dancing and all of that. So as always, where we say, search out the matter. Don't just take what they tell you. It's not so much of a mystery because everything has a history. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door shall be open. Open your mind, brethren, because you indeed are chosen. Shalom, family. Shalom, indeed. I gotta play that music one more time before I go. Bye, my friends.
Let us search out the matter. Don't just take what they tell you. It's not so much a mystery. Let us search out your history. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door, be open. Come on, open your mind because you're chosen.